Hi everyone, welcome back to Life Notes with Priyanka. A few years ago, if someone misunderstood me or judged me or accused me of something that wasn't true, I felt this immediate urge to defend myself. I wanted them to know my side. I wanted them to understand where I'm coming from, my intentions. I wanted to prove that I wasn't wrong. And honestly, sometimes I wasn't trying to win the argument, I just wanted to be understood. But over time, I realized something surprising. Not everyone is listening to understand. Even I do that sometimes. Some people are listening to just reply. Some are listening to defend their position. And some have already decided what they believe before the conversation even started, right? So that's when I started asking myself a difficult question: why I am exhausting myself just to try defending myself or convincing people who have no interest in being convinced or trying to understand. Today, I want to talk about why it's okay not to defend yourself in all situations or all the time, and how staying calm has brought me more peace than winning those arguments ever did, right? So, for a long time, I thought, okay, staying silent means weakness and it's against my self respect, and uh, then they think that I don't have self respect, something like that. I thought if I didn't explain myself, people would think I was guilty or wrong or incapable of standing up for myself. But now I see it totally differently. There's a huge difference between staying silent because you are afraid and staying silent because you have chosen peace. So the one comes from fear and the other one comes from strength. Sometimes, the strongest thing you can do is look at a situation and decide that your energy is too valuable to spend here. Ultimately, we get very less energy. I have learned that not every misunderstanding needs correction and not every criticism deserves a response. And also, not every opinion needs an approval from you. And not every battle also deserves your participation, right? So, what surprised me most was how uncomfortable this felt at first. I was very uncomfortable, and I wanted to just reply, just scream. When someone says something unfair, your mind immediately starts preparing a defense. You start rehearsing arguments, and then you gather evidence, and you think of all those things you should say. But when you choose not to react, something interesting happens. The storm passes much faster. The argument that could have consumed hours or days or even weeks suddenly it loses its power. You stop carrying it around, you stop replying it in your head, and you stop giving it free rent in your mind. I have also noticed, when people expect a reaction and they don't get it, they often lose interest. Arguments usually needs participation, and the drama needs a fuel, right? And conflict needs energy. Like when you stop providing that energy, many situations will naturally fade away. Now, this doesn't mean I'm becoming a doormat to others. It doesn't mean I'm accepting the disrespect towards me. It doesn't mean I'm not going to speak up for myself. There are absolutely times when boundaries need to be set. There are moments when we must speak clearly and firmly, but boundaries don't require anger. And self respect doesn't require shouting. Confidence, also doesn't require you proving yourself over and over again. Sometimes a calm okay carries more power than a 20-minute explanation, right? So, one lesson I'm still learning is this: People's opinion about me are often based on their experience, beliefs, and insecurities and expectations. I cannot control that. And no amount of explanations can make everyone see me the way I want them to see. The only thing I can control is how I show up each day. My actions will eventually speak louder than my arguments. These days, before responding, I ask myself, will this conversation bring clarity, or am I simply trying to be validated? Or will this improve the situation, or am I just trying to make someone agree with me? And most importantly, is my peace worth sacrificing for this? Many times the answer is no. And when the answer is no, I choose calm. Not because I have given up, and not because I am weak, but because I have learned that peace is more precious than winning an argument. And not everyone deserves access to it. If you are going through a situation where you feel misunderstood or judged or pressure to constantly defend yourself, maybe this is a reminder. You don't have to attend every argument you have invited in. You don't have to convince everyone, and you don't have to explain your heart to people who are committed to misunderstanding. Sometimes the most powerful response is a calm mind, a peaceful heart, and the confidence to keep moving forward. Thank you for listening. I'll see you in the next episode.